Nothing's been overspent.
I'm sorry,
neither.
Mr. Liston actually said it was last week, or last council meeting, I'm sorry.
Yes, Councilman Mello.
Yeah, I mean, Councilwoman Mason just brought up that we're not just talking about 500,000, and we're not. I mean, when you look at the vast majority of this, first we're talking about salary settlements for $260,000. I'm sure that's something that we wanted as a city to do. And then she was saying that we should have brought people in here. The second things were overspent. Well, when it comes to $900,000 in the fire department, maybe we should have. Maybe we should have asked the tough questions to the chief about whether or not that had to be done, whether or not that overtime that contributed to that $900,000 needed to be incurred, or whether things could have been managed differently. It seems as if our new public safety director has made some recommendations that has cut down on that sort of a use of overtime. So I'd agree with you on that one. So in the future, if this sort of thing happens, let's get the chief in here and let's find out why this is happening. Then we get to the final piece of it, the $500,000 for our bankruptcy attorney. Well, our hospital, as everybody knows, was on the brink of death. The resolution of this bankruptcy was key. It was vital to our hospital's survival. So we needed to ensure as a city that this bankruptcy was resolved. Our taxpayers were facing tens of millions in costs if the hospital closed. And more importantly, when discussing this particular attorney's services, our city was unrepresented. It was unrepresented. It didn't have anybody at the table as creditors were setting their sights on every one of your pocketbooks. They were looking at you because you were the deep pockets in this equation. The taxpayers of Hoboken were in their sights. It would have been an abandonment of this council's fiduciary duty to have not provided our taxpayers with representation in these bankruptcy proceedings. It would have been an abandonment of our fiduciary duty. I'm glad we did it. The fact is, this hospital was saved. This hospital was saved because of a number of steps. No small step amongst those steps was bringing in a bankruptcy attorney. It was saved. And now we have some people up here who are the equivalent of somebody who was choking to death, and some good Samaritan came up and gave them the Heimlich maneuver and saved their life, and then they turn around and they sue them because they don't like how they saved the life. The fact is, it was saved, our hospital was saved, it's open today, and this bankruptcy attorney is no small part of the reason why that occurred.
Thank you. Director.